Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Um, on today's stream, I want to talk about um, worry, trading worry for peace. Now, if you're tuned in today feeling overwhelmed by finances, your future, or family stress, you're in the right place. Today, we are covering how to deal with worry, how to break the cycle. Now, what is worry? Well, worry is thinking about things that really haven't happened or are happening and stressing over how you will fix them, right? Worry is a natural human response, right? We all think we worry every day, but it becomes toxic at some point because it robs you of peace, it makes you anxious, it makes you start to build scenarios in your head that haven't happened, and actually it leads to fear. So you start by worrying, and then you start feeling afraid of what's going to happen if the problem is not fixed. Now, there is a difference between healthy concern and toxic worry, right? When you have healthy concern, you know about something, you wish to take actions and constructive actions to fix it, right? That's healthy. We all want to fix problems. We do not want to keep them, right? It becomes toxic when it becomes an endless loop in your head, and it creates endless panic. You start to worry, you have sleepless nights, you're up at 3 a.m. in the morning thinking of sorts of scenarios and what's going to happen. All of this have not happened, right? Um, the modern example that we have here is, you overanalyzing text messages from your partner or your boss. You're thinking about your daughter has a cough today. You're thinking about how that cough is probably cancer. All sorts. You start creating all kind of things in your head that haven't actually happened, and it causes you to be afraid. And when you're afraid, you take action. You start to step towards trying to fix something that hasn't even happened. Now, God tells us not to worry. It's up to you to worry or to leave it to God. But for me, I'm very spiritual. So when I start to worry about something, I catch myself and say, hey, what am I doing here? This hasn't even happened, right? And I say to my God, oh, I can't fix it, but I know that you can. Or you might have a different way of doing it. So you're not spiritual, you have your own, probably have your own framework, you have your own way of dealing with things. But I tell you the truth, worry is just a killer. It steals, it destroys not just your peace, but the peace of people around you. So we want to avoid that by all means, right? Uh, if you're a very patient person and something happens, you want to first of all take a break, think about it. If you need to speak to your partner about it, two heads are better than one, right? And a problem shared is a problem halved. So maybe you want to talk to someone about it. Have this problem, this fear that you go through right now. Talk to someone. Share it with your partner. You might put your head together and come up with a solution that actually constructive and works, rather than come up with a solution that will actually make the problem worse. So it's up to you. So for people who wake up at 3 a.m., it robs you of sleep, doesn't it? You don't get your beauty sleep because you're worried about something. You probably wake up at 3 o'clock and you stay till 5, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. And then at the end of all that thinking, you've got nothing fixed, nothing is resolved. But how do you resolve it? You need to stop, think rationally like a human being, right? Okay, if it's something that hasn't happened, um, you stop yourself. Think about better scenarios. You can create all those bad images that you create in your head, you can actually replace them by creating good images. Now, when something hasn't happened, you do not need to do that. When you catch yourself thinking all bad scenarios, all sort of bad scenarios, you stop yourself and say, wait, what am I doing? This hasn't happened. Why am I stressing myself over this? Right? If you're right in the middle of a situation where there's a problem, right, you need to, first of all, for me, I would step back from this situation, right? Think about it, right? Look at it from all angles. Okay, this is a problem. How can I fix it? Every human being is a fixer. Even if you're lazy, right, you are a fixer. It's inside of you. So I will try to fix the situation, and I'll try to find 2 or 3 ways, that I can fix the same situation. And after reviewing and evaluating those 3 scenarios, I come up with the best scenario that works, right? If your daughter is sick right now, or your partner is sick right now, you look at them and it's just a cold, minor cold, right? You First of all, the first thing you need to do is get her something to make her feel better. So there are over-the-counter drugs that you can get to make her feel better. If it progresses into something really serious, you have to evaluate it. So, okay, this is beyond cold. Let's go to the hospital and see a doctor. Right? This is a very simple scenario, but it applies to us, all of us, and it applies to every situation. So God tells us not to be anxious about anything. You know that you have peace for today. You have the grace of God. Whoever you are, you have the grace of God for today. Right? You don't have the grace of God for tomorrow. So whatever problems you have today, you have the grace to fix them. Tomorrow will come with its own problem. Then you can think about it. But don't try to get ahead of yourself and try to fix something that hasn't happened. That maybe you have a problem that might happen tomorrow. You don't know if it's actually happened. You go ahead and start looking for ways to fix them. You need to stop that. Fix today's problem, right? Concentrate on today. Live in the today. Don't try to move ahead of yourself and try to fix something that isn't happening today. And because if you do that, 1, you're wasting your time. 2, it might not even happen. 3, when you get to the situation tomorrow, you might be so overwhelmed that you can't even deal with it, right? So calm down, take time out, think about the problem constructively, evaluate it, find a way to fix it, and share it with your partner. If it's a problem that affects the family or affects you as a person, but you have a partner with you, share it with your partner. Tell them the truth. Then you both can try to fix it. Do not go online and start telling the whole world about your problem. I don't know why people do that. Right? Your problem is your problem. Those people out there, they have their own problems. They don't need you to tell them to load them up with your own problem. Right? Besides, whatever you're going through is personal, is private. Stop posting all those personal things online. People are just making fun of you. Besides, you know how people are. The heart of man is desperately wicked. You're going through hell. You go and post it online, social media, and then people from nowhere that know nothing about you, they don't know you from Adam, they will start commenting on that and sending very, very hurtful comments about you. Right? And this doesn't help you in any way. In fact, it compounds your problem. You start worrying about what someone somewhere in Africa thinking about you. Who cares? Right? Your problem is your problem. Try to fix it. Don't go and post it online. I see a lot of posts about women or men, even men, posting all nonsense about their partners or the kind of problems they're having. These are very private things that you need to share with the world. Right? You have family problems, you go online and you tell the whole world about your horrible uncle or your terrible wife. Why do you do that? You're just making the problem bigger than what it actually is. Because on one hand, you have a problem that you're trying to fix, and you go online to think those people that you call your friends might help you. They're not your friends. They don't know you from Adam, right? They don't care about you. But they all have their own problems to deal with. Now you go and tell them, and they come and make such bad comments about you. You start thinking about the comments that they've made. And then you haven't solved the problem. You haven't even solved the feelings that that arose from all this reading all negative posts about your. So stop it today. Gotta fix your problem internally. You're spiritual, right? Go to the Bible, find verses that can help you. There are so many of them, right? If you're not, find a way to solve the problem without actually compounding it and making it even greater than what it is. Okay, so let's try to live peaceful lives. Let's try to live fearless lives by thinking about what we think. Catch yourself when you're thinking negatively. Stop yourself. Take a break from the situation, and then when you feel refreshed and you're ready to take it on, you come back and fix it. It's a better way than dreading it and avoiding the problem. Because if you avoid it, some people, they try to avoid problems by drinking themselves crazy. They drink themselves stupid, and then when they wake up the next morning or in 5 hours, the problem is still there. It hasn't been resolved. So what's the point? Did it make you feel better? I don't know. So let's find ways to solve problems without making them public, one. And then two, let's try to resolve them as quickly as possible. Right? And try not to overthink. Try not to overanalyze the situation. Try not to make the problem bigger than what it actually is. And try not to get ahead of yourself by trying to solve problems that have actually not happened and making yourself miserable. So stop. Hope this has helped you.